Have you ever had one of those weeks when you're knitting and you're knitting on a project and you know something's not, it's not working out quite right, and you just have this sinking feeling in the pit of your stomach? Yeah, that's how my knitting went this week. So stick around and you'll find out what went wrong with me and my project. I'm Ginger from In Sheep's Clothing Yarn Shop here in Torrington, Connecticut, and this is my Shopcast. It's a Sunday afternoon, and I'm here in my shop, taking a little time to chat with you. Hope that you're all well. Hope that you're staying toasty warm. So as you heard just a minute ago, yes, I had a project that was not working out well this week, and I was feeling very, very down when I first came in. However, it's amazing how within the matter of a minute, my mood changed because I came up with another thought. And I think we can salvage my project. So we'll get into the project in a minute. And I also have some other little tidbits, some new things, a new item that came in today, and we'll get talking about that. But first, I want to spend a minute to thank you for watching, and for those of you that are new here, I have to say, and I have always said this about my customers in the shop, but I also have to extend this to my online customers and now to my viewers as well. I have the best. I have the best customers. I have just the best, kindest viewers out there, and I'll explain why. I have thank yous that I have to make. First of all, a week or two ago, I had mentioned a book that was called Christmas Wonderland Knitted Friends by Maria Ernolovo. I'm sure I'm butchering her name. But anyway, I was very excited about getting the book. Loved everything that I had seen in it. And by the time I finally got around to saying, okay, I'm going to purchase the book, it was out of print. And it was on Amazon. So I was really, really upset about that. And I had put it out there. I did a search and everything. Could not find a copy of it. And of course, the more that you want something and you can't get it, the more that you want it, right? Well, that was me. Well, apparently there are a number of you that were out there that kept me in mind, and unbeknownst to me, it did very quickly come back into print on Amazon. And a number of you notified me to let me know that it was up. So yes, I went and reordered it. Of course, then I'm wondering to myself, gee, I ordered it Monday. We've gotten all so used to how quickly things come in, but I was looking forward to sharing the book with you today. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't remember getting a notice. And then I checked. Somehow or another, I must not have hit the purchase. That one final button to finalize it. So after searching around, I'm like, nope, I never got a confirmation, nothing. So I went and reordered it. So hopefully I will have it next week so I can share the book with you. But for those of you that might have been interested in the book, please check it out. I think it has the most adorable things in it. So anyway, thank you all who let me know about that. Then I also want to say a big thank you to, now I know I've been whining, and I will admit it, about how chilly it gets in here. Well, guess what? I'm sitting here right now. Yes, I have a nice toasty cowl on, but I do not have my great big huge bundled up sweater. I do not have my water bottle on my lap, and no fingerless mitts. Because dear, dear, dear Liza, I can't believe she did this, sent me a small little electric heater that is right here. I actually meant to check to see if you could hear it, but I don't remember hearing it in the background, so I think it's fairly quiet. If you do hear it, if you hear a little noise in the background, that is what you hear, is my wonderful little heater keeping me nice and toasty warm. So Liza, thank you so much. Now, I know some of you are going to be like, yeah, electric heater would definitely warm you up, because I have I'm in a very old building, and as I've mentioned upteen times, I hate the heating system that we now have here. We used to have radiators, which kept me toasty, and whenever I had wet woolens, I would put them on the on the um, on the radiators, and in no time flat they would dry. So that was wonderful. But anyway, they're gone. We have this new heating system. Hate it. I just hate the thought of having to pay for additional heating when I already have a heater, and I have electric heat at home, and our bill is insane. But I'll tell you something, to be toasty warm right now, to actually be comfortable, I mean, I can still feel the cold draft swirling around me, because that's just how this place is. But still, to be comfortable, there's a lot to be said for that. You feel like actually had a little more motivation. So anyway, Liza, thank you so much. That was very sweet of you. Thank you. Thank you. That was just way over beyond, but thank you. So also, one more thank you. And this is a funny story. I got something from Amazon a week or two ago, probably closer to 2. Opened it up, and I'm like, because, I get my fair amount of stuff. And I opened it up, I'm like, what is this? So anyway, I opened it up, and what was in it was this. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, what the heck is this? And then I'm looking, because, they send you very little, and it says right on here, heated foot mat. And I'm like, I didn't order that. And I'm thinking to myself, I did not order it. I could not. I looked, I'm like, no, I did not order this. So I packed it back up, and thinking to myself, I don't know how you send it back when you didn't purchase it. So I was, just had it in the box, and I'm like, I'll deal with it. I'll call Amazon and try to figure out some way to deal with this when I'm not busy. Well, I happened to mention this to a customer Thursday night, and she's like, yeah, I said, let me open, I'll show you what it was. I had no idea why I got this, why they sent it to me. And anyway, turns out she looked in the box. I should have looked a little deeper. Deirdre, thank you. Inside was a little note that said a gift from Deirdre. So I will be putting this under my desk and keeping my Tootsies warm. So thank you. That was very, very kind of you. It's very sweet of you to be so worried about how cold I am. Of course, it doesn't help when I'm whining. So I will keep the whining down, and I will just be so, so grateful to you. That is just too nice. So thank you very much. And I will be, and Deirdre, that's why you probably stopped in the shop one day, and when I didn't say anything to you, was wondering, but that's why, because I was unaware. But now I am aware. Now I need to make sure and check on that. Okay, so now let's get to knitting, okay? All right, so where do I start? Okay, let me start with, I got these are new, and I mentioned that these were coming last week. This is the Delicue bags, the mesh. Look at them. This is called Vivid Pink, right? It's such a beautiful pink. I was almost afraid it was going to be like I don't know. I was afraid it was going to be a weird pink, but this appeals to me very much. But anyway, this is a collaboration with TL Yarn Crafts, who is, I couldn't remember her name, Tony Lipsy. And she's a designer and an instructor and an author. She does crochet, beautiful, beautiful crochet. So I had checked, and it's so funny because I just happened upon her one week Well, I think this is when I mentioned it last week. But happened to come across her podcast. I didn't know about her, and I loved her podcast. I loved her presentation, and was watching it. And even though, I mean, I crochet, but not a lot. But it was so interesting that I stuck around. And so I'm encouraging you to check it out. But anyway, this was her color collaboration with Della Q, and it's so pretty. So it's everything that the mesh and canvas bags are, and it comes with this cute little snap bag, which I'm so crazy about. It has the wax canvas on the back and mesh in the front. It comes with a handle, a strap, and then this cute little pair of scissors that is hooked onto the bag. Let's see if I can get it off so I can show it to you. And it's really hooked in here. There we go. And they have a new design now for the case. The case used to be a little different, but it has these really sharp little scissors inside. And as we all know, we cannot ever have too many pairs of scissors. So anyway, I ordered about a half dozen of these. I did check before I came on here now that they're still available in case anybody's interested. But I do have some in stock. And just in case they go like crazy, because all of a sudden it occurred to me, perfect for Valentine's Day, right? It's the perfect color. All right, I want to just put this on here so I do not lose it. There we go. So, and you know how much I adore the outside pocket. Now, they have come out with a new style that's narrower and taller, but it has two water bottle pockets on both sides, which is great. I happen to still like the original version. I just like this shape of it. It would have been wonderful if they did put the water bottle on the side. I would love that. But I love the bag that I have, so I'm going to stick with that one for now. But anyway, so I do have these in stock ready to go, and they will be in the notes below. Okay, so what have I been working on all week? Well, last week I talked about hoods. Oh, shoot. And you know, I just realized I wanted to show the pattern. There was a pattern by Laura Nelkin that I was originally just going to go with. But as is my usual, I'm looking at it and my brain started thinking, and I'm thinking to myself, oh, but I'd kind of like to do this, and I'd kind of like to do that. So anyway, I was off and running with a different style. Basically looked like it, but I wanted to do the waffle weave. Oh, I don't have the pattern here. But anyway, oh, let me see. Wait a minute, I've got more paper on this side. Oh, here it is. I do have it. I usually try to keep these patterns like inside the pocket. That's what I love these bags so much for. Oh, there we go. Okay. So anyway, yeah, so it looked like this. And I did like the ribbing. And I did like, this is what really got me, is I really liked the ribbing that could be, I hope I have that page. I don't. Well, anyway, she would flip this ribbing up inside so that it would go this way, and then you had the hood. I love the case, the drawstring on it. So anyway, so with those certain things in my head, I cast on and decided to go forth and do a version that made me happy. And originally, and actually I have these up on the website because I still love this idea. Or if you like the Laura Nelkin one, this would be great too. So I was thinking like this color combo, which I think is like one of my favorites in this yarn. This is a Jody Long Color Spun and Jody Long Rove Soft. So this part is for the ribbing, and then this part would be for the hood part. And what I was also thinking was, oh, the hood could be, because I'm making my cowl much deeper so that I just wanted it longer. So then it would sit on your shoulders and just be generous. Well, I'm knitting away on it, and I'm knitting away on it, and I'm, making some changes along the way. So what I did, I'll just show you. This is what I have so far. And so here we go. So this is what I started with. Okay, so that's fine. And then I wanted to try, now this is Hanui Silk from Noro. I have to say, I love this yarn. It feels wonderful. It is great to knit with. It's a worsted Aran weight. But so then what I did was I was going longer with the ribbing. Then I decided to go, there's my waffle weave. Now I love how it works up in the waffle weave. It's really soft and very gushy. It's just really nice. So I would have been happy like to do the whole hood, because that was actually initially my first thought, was to do the whole hood in Hanui silk. But then I started thinking about the yarn that I've got right here on my cowl. This is called Rika. And this was a chunky yarn that Noro came out with last year. And I made this cowl there in the waffle weave. I totally forgot about this one. So I do know that. I do like how that works up. So anyway, so then I changed to Rika. So then I changed my mind. I said, you know what? Let's do the hood in the Rika. Plus, I have, there's a viewer that has some Rika that she was interested to see what I was going to do about that. So it's like, okay, let's go on our little adventure together. So anyway, I separated, and I was very happy with the nice little edging. I did a slip stitch here. But then halfway up, as I'm going, I'm learning things, and I'm like, okay, mental note, you'll change that when you go to actually finish writing the pattern, because you're going to make this change. And this is how I work. So as I'm going, I suddenly realized, like, wait a minute, this is a nice edging, and it will fold under very nicely if I wanted to make a casing. However, I was not going to be happy. What was it that I was thinking? Actually, now that it's done that, no, it was kind of, you know what, it would have been okay, but the opening for the casing would be on the inside, so your I-cord, it wasn't ideal. It wasn't perfect. It would have been all right, but it was like, okay, mental note, I was trying to avoid picking up along the edge, since I had already had such a nice edging. I was trying to avoid picking up and then making a casing, especially since the yarn is so chunky. Okay, so speaking of chunky, this yarn, what needle am I using? I'm using a 10. This yarn is very chunky, and there are certain sections, and it's funny because some of the colors in this yarn, I did a hat in a blue version of this that I swear did not feel as bulky as this yarn did. And I think it has something like, from color to color, yarns can be a different weight, even if it's just a little bit. But I even noticed from section to section, certain sections of this yarn were chunkier than others. Some of the slubs, like see right there, with those slubs, were bigger. So as I'm knitting, I'm realizing I'm getting this feeling in my stomach that I'm not happy about, that I don't know, this might not be working the way I was expecting. The results might not be what I was planning. And you know what? That's part of this whole thing here, when you're doing your own thing. Now, I had an idea of gauge on this, not perfectly, but I've knit enough hats and stuff with this yarn that I figured it should come up to about 24 around. I know I had extra stitches on that I normally do for a hat, but I figured I wanted my hood bigger than a hat. So I was okay with putting those extra stitches on. Looking back, I would still not put on that many stitches. I would still put on fewer. But still maybe more for a hat, but less than what I actually put on. So, anyway, I don't know if this is going to help you visualize, because I'm not putting this part on, where I was going with this. So here is, even my husband asked me what I was making. So here we go. So this is the face part with the ribbing. And then this is going to sit, the bottom part here would sit nicely on your shoulders. And this part would be just a little narrower because I was just doing the Hanui silk, which was a little smaller gauge. So again, if I had done the whole thing in the Hanui silk, I think I would have been totally happy with it. So anyway, getting up to the top, I had a couple more inches. I did try it on, and I'm thinking to myself, it's just too bulky. I mean, it's going to be super warm, and it's going to be great for that, but I no longer wanted to put a cord in here because I felt it was too bulky. So that changed. And my heart was not into adding even another 2 inches just to know, just to be totally sure that, yeah, it's not what I wanted. So anyway, so I thought, okay, that's fine. I'll come in today, do my show, and just talk about how things just don't always pan out, right? We've all been there. I've watched my customers. I mean, I have certainly done my fair share of, well, that didn't work out quite the way I expected. But this was, I just thought for sure it was such an easy piece that it was the yarn. I was trying to make the yarn do what I wanted it to do rather than what the yarn was pretty much already telling me what it was going to do. I should have gone with my initial feeling about this. So then I'm looking at this and saying, well, you can salvage it, because I'm a big believer in salvaging or rethinking and reworking it. I did not feel like ripping the whole thing out. Did not feel like doing that. So anyway, I'm looking at it and saying, well, I still have more Hanui silk. I could still fold this up. I could keep going with the waffle weave, and then once I decrease, it would still make a cute hat. Or I could check it out once I take this part off. I could check it out and see what I thought of it as a cowl hood. In the meantime, though, I would take this part off and probably just rip it out. Okay, so that's where I was at when I came in tonight. So I'm getting myself ready to do this show. And what do I see where I'm sitting but this cowl? And I'm like, oh, I totally forgot about this. So anyway, I looked at it and I'm like, oh, that's right. I put the little fur reel around the edging of it. I had done mitts that had the fur reel on it, which were absolutely adorable. And then I thought about it. I said, you know what? So I put it on, tried it on, and then I said, okay, look at this. Because I remember thinking about this at one point. Ta-da! This is cute. I did not like what I was working on, but this is cute. Don't you think? Now this can get pulled down. It can be worn as a cowl. However, this needs to be reworked because the back is too short. If you really wanted to wear it as a hood, half the lower part of your head is still sticking out. So what I'm going to do is, it seems lately this is all I do, is I'm going to, of course this is the cast on at the bottom. I will undo my cast on. I will pick it up. I will undo this cowl. I will knit this hood longer, and I'll just keep trying it. And then I saw somebody that was doing a cowl that it had, I don't remember what the name of it was, but it had like a V in the front, and it had the hood. It was like, and it was done with Rasta, so it was really, really chunky yarn. But I liked the look of it, and I was thinking I wouldn't mind making that in something. It was done in seed stitch. I would definitely change the stitch. So here we go. So anyway, here we go again. So I'm going to now very happily take this out, undo this. I'll have two projects now. I'll have whatever the bottom of this is going to turn out to, and I can't wait. This is going to be so cute. This is going to be so cute. So anyway, that's where I am with that. So stand by. The Ricka, unfortunately, has still, the new colors have not come in for this yarn. But I do have this color. That's why I was kind of excited to do this. But this could be done in any number of yarns. This could be done in the color spun as well. But anyway, I'm not going to get ahead of myself. I'm going to finish this one first, and then based on the gauge, I can figure out some other pieces, as long as I think this is going to make me super happy to finish. So I can't wait. So it's amazing how just in the matter of seeing this and being so bummed out about this, I'm now a happy camper again. So I cannot wait to work on this tonight. So, okay. Yay! All right, so what else have I got? So yes, so I have a bunch of colors up that this will work very, very nicely in the Laura Nelkin pattern. Or let's see what I do with this too, but that's where I'm going. So I'm kind of like abandoning. Am I? Yes, I am. I'm going to abandon the original because I don't want to spend any more time with that. I'm on to something else. So I'm going to abandon this original thought here. And there's no reason why you can't do the Laura Nelkin pattern and put in the waffle weave. And I'm happy to tell you how to do that part. But there's no point in me trying to rework this. No point. But anyway, so I know that this will work either fine if you want a really, really heavy duty. Well, no, I'm abandoning the whole idea of the Ricka. This I'm happy with. This will work up very nicely for the Laura Nelkin. So, and you can either do it in this or follow it in the stockinette like Laura has. So that's my recommendation for that. Okay, so I'm off and running with a whole different thought. What else do we have to talk about today? Oh, I missed something. When I was talking about Tony Lipsy's crochet, well, in the process, and actually this will get me to another thing, the zigzag scarf. Everybody always loves a zigzag scarf. Well, I have renewed interest in this because I was wearing it the other day. And what I was going to do, all right, we'll switch over now, so change scarves. This was done in Lang Millicolori Baby, two different colorways. what I'm doing right now is I'm kitting them up with a little special pricing. This is, what yarn was this? This was Noro Yukata. And let's see, I have a couple different colorways. Okay, so that's one colorway. And then these are some other color options that I put together. You need one of one and one of another. And this would be enough to do pretty much this length scarf. And then what everybody was also falling in love with was, this was a heavier version that was done in a Louisa Harding yarn, a summer version. And I only have one color right now, and there's a bunch of new colors that are coming in. So as soon as those new colors come in, I will put some kits together for this. But this is a cotton linen version, done on a size 7 or 8 needle. It's not as, it works up heavier, because actually a customer of mine made this for me as a sample, and she does not like to work on anything smaller than a size 8 needle. So that's why we have this one. In the same, okay, so then I also am putting some kits up in Sonata, which is a cotton version, same weight. So those will also be up on the website. These are a cotton silk version, weight, fingering weight, which I really, really love. This is a really pretty yarn, and works up very nicely. And it will work up like same, like more like this one, lengthwise. But isn't that pretty? Okay, so now getting back to the reason I'm even talking about this is, I happened to, when I was going through Tony's, I did say Tony, right? Yeah, Tony's patterns. I happen to come across this one. This is done in Tunisian crochet. I have been really in the mood to do some crochet lately. And this just spoke to me. Now, this is a worsted weight. I could do this, and I was all set to do it in another yarn, Fiji. Here it is. I was all set to do it in Fiji, except, I don't know, can I wait till, it's not like I don't have anything else to do. I probably could wait until, place an order tomorrow so I can get them in. I need to order more Tunisian crochet hooks. All of a sudden, it's like I'm out of them. So anyway, the smallest one, the biggest one I have, besides one gigantic one, is a 5mm. And she's calling for an 8mm, I believe. So I need to order that. But these are the yarns that I'm thinking that I would do for the 8mm in the Fiji. These are so pretty. And I haven't made anything with this yarn yet. So I'm thinking that I need to, I love this color. Look at that color. Isn't that beautiful? I'm thinking I need to do this. And I really feel like doing the Tunisian crochet. I've never done that pattern stitch. I know how to do the basic. So it's time for me to learn something new. So that's what I want to do. So it's either that, or I'm bringing home, we're supposed to have a nasty day tomorrow, and it is, I am off on Mondays. So I'm bringing home a 5. And I'm hoping I have some fingering weight or some silk garden sock that I might try with this. At least try out the stitch. Learn the stitch, see if I like this hook with it, and then maybe go with that. Otherwise, I'll order the bigger hooks and do the Fiji. Might do both. So anyway, but yeah, definitely I'm going to put up Tony's website so you can check it out. This pattern, she has one that is free up on her blog, or you can go up on Ravelry, which is what I did. I went on Ravelry and I purchased this one. Now this is a shawl version, but I'm going to make it narrower and do a scarf version of it. So I'm excited about that new project. Okay, and then what else do I want to talk about? I have one more thing that I wanted to get through here. Yes, we cannot get through a podcast, Shopcast, without talking about the chiclets. Because because I did mention this last week about the little, and I have been, all week I've been sending out updates, the addendums for the little pocket for your chiclets. So if you already have the pattern, or if you've already purchased a kit, I'm happy to send along the pocket for it so that you can add a pocket to your chiclet if you'd like. I have so many chiclets around here in so many different colors. I'm just like, this would be a great way to, to extend the chiclet's life, okay? Like we needed to extend their lives anymore. But I have also, so then when I mentioned this, of course, you all come up with such great ideas. Somebody that came in that said, okay, so then there's the Easter chiclets, which we have time for that. And I am busy right now. I will be doing some Easter chiclet updates, some little kits for you to do with Easter in mind. So we got a little bit of time. So I'm gonna get some of those things together, and another week or two I will present those to you so you can check those out. But in the meantime, we have Valentine's Day. And here we go. One of my customers came up with this idea because I really wasn't thinking about this. And this would also be great for Easter too. But look at this. So I took one of my original, this is like the original chiclet that I had made. You could give this to a little one with some cute little gifts in there, some chocolates. My granddaughter would love, she's well, I guess you're never too old for an Easter basket and a little present in there, but wouldn't that be adorable? And I'm actually thinking, like, put something in the bottom in the back of this, because otherwise, like, this chiclet was really tipping to the front. But when you put the basket or the pocket on, when you put that on, it gives it a more of a base for it to sit on. But it does need to be balanced by having something in that back pocket. But isn't that a cute, sweet little Valentine's gift? You can also, I had mentioned this before, you can put some lavender in there so it smells nice. I am working on the chiclets in this the silk and mohair. So I'm finishing those up. They'll have embellishments, but now I'm kind of like, let's see, what is it? Not next week, the week after is Valentine's Day. So, we're getting there. So unless you want something really super fast, you need to get on that. And I'm happy to help you out picking some things out. We'll see what I get up on the website. But as soon as I'm already thinking past, I'm already working towards Easter. And Easter should kind of like, that's it. That's it, right? You still keep coming up with ideas, but I'm like at the point right now where I'm like, that's a great idea. You go with that. Okay? But the Easter is definitely, I'm very excited about doing that with the mohair, especially the colors that I have in the silk with mixed with the mohair. Very excited. Don't think I have any. I showed them last week, but I don't even think I have. Oh, I do. I have a purple one in here, which is nowhere near finished. But just to give you an idea color-wise. Okay, she's missing her comb. Doesn't have her beak on yet. But anyway. But this would be absolutely adorable. Oh, and that was something that you all, and I think I talked about this probably mostly during Facebook, the Facebook show, Facebook Live. But I had somebody that mentioned, making little peeps. We were going to call them peeplets for the Easter basket. And I'll be also presenting, showing you again the felted Easter baskets that I've done in years past. So, but those, I've always wanted to put something in the Easter baskets. It just never got around to doing eggs. I don't know, just never got to it. The peeps, yes, the peeplets, that would be adorable. But can you imagine doing one that's even smaller than this, or this size? Putting a pocket, you don't have to do it all the way around. You could just do like half a pocket, sew it here, sew it here. You could pick up, knit up, sew. You could pick up, no, I don't think you could attach as you go. But anyway, little gift certificate, gift card in there as a gift. And this could be something that could be a little gift year round. And I actually have a group of people that I've been wanting to send a thank you to. And I think this is the perfect project for me because they'll work up very quickly, and there'll be something I want to put the little pocket around, and they'll be perfect so that if they want to put their pens or whatever, keep them on their desk. I think that would be so cute. And it's something that anybody can have on their desk, and it would be great. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm very excited about that. So anyway, okay. So got through another Shopcast. Hope you got some inspiration. And I did. I cannot wait to get working on that hood now. I'm so excited about it. And yeah, that's actually, it's an even easier, not that the other one was hard at all. There was just a little more thinking that I had to do. But this will be just like so easy to do. So anyway, can't wait to get home and get working on that. So anyway, yeah, speaking of getting home, that's what I'll be doing. So anyway, you all take good care, and happy knitting, and thank you so much for watching, and thank you for being just such wonderful viewers. You all take care, and I'll see you again next week. Thank you. Bye-bye.